Hey, my name is David, and you did the right thing by clicking on this video. Today, I'm going to show you 5 powerful ways to become the one they can't replace. The one who stands out, stays grounded, and becomes unforgettable in a world that forgets too fast. They never forget the one who stayed silent while everyone else was shouting for attention. Because what's rare in this world isn't beauty, it's presence. What truly stays in people's minds isn't perfection, it's restraint. And what haunts them is the memory of someone who never needed to be loud to be powerful. If you want to be the one they can't replace, understand this. People don't remember who gave them the most. They remember who gave them what no one else could. In a world filled with noise, ego, and emotional mess, the rarest person is the one who walks calmly, speaks clearly, and never begs, never chases, and never breaks. You don't become irreplaceable by asking for value. You become it by living your value, quietly, completely, and without needing to prove it. But that's the hard part, right? Because most people are trapped by the very things that make them forgettable. Desire, fear, pride, overthinking. They want to feel needed, wanted, important. So they trade away their worth just to be chosen by people who don't even know what they want. You don't become unforgettable by being more liked. You become it by becoming more whole. You become the one they regret losing because you were something they couldn't recognize until it was gone. This path isn't easy. You'll have to let go of everything that made you weak. You'll have to break the parts of you that only existed to please others. You'll have to walk alone, and that silence won't feel peaceful at first. It will feel like a punishment, but it's not. It's the part of you that clung to attention finally dying. Let it die. The first step, stop explaining yourself. You don't need to prove your worth. You don't need to convince someone you were good. You don't need to beg anyone to understand your heart. That's what people do when they're emotionally starving. That's what the world teaches, that love has to be earned. But Stoicism teaches something deeper, something harder. Your value is already there. No one can give it to you or take it away. And once you stop explaining, the noise fades. You stop needing approval. You become untouchable, not because you don't care, but because you're sure of yourself. You become the one who didn't need them, but still chose them. And that's what they'll never forget. Because in a world full of neediness, real power, wrapped in kindness, is the rarest thing of all. Second truth, control your desire. Desire looks good. It feels warm. But if you let it lead, it will burn you. It makes you text when you shouldn't. It makes you wait for replies like someone desperate for approval. It makes you act out of fear instead of clarity. Stoicism isn't about having no desire. It's about controlling it. It's knowing what you want, but waiting until you're sure it's worth your time, energy, and heart. Every time you act on impulse, you lose a little of your value. Every time you need someone to make you feel complete, you give away your power. And others will feel it, even if they love you. They'll feel the neediness in your words, your touch, your silence. Because people don't want to feel responsible for your worth. They want to feel your strength even when you care about them. So the one they remember losing isn't the one who begged. It's the one who stayed calm, steady, and didn't chase. Even when they walked away, that's when they realized what they had. Not when you cried, not when you explained, but when you said nothing at all. Because real power doesn't scream. it disappears. Third truth, suffer well. The world teaches people to avoid pain, to run from silence, to treat every discomfort like something's wrong. But a Stoic knows pain shapes you. It's not what happens that makes you strong. It's how you handle it, with calm, not panic, with action, not excuses. When you learn to suffer well, you stop needing comfort from people who don't respect your value. You become anchored in something deeper than emotions. You become dangerous, not in a way that hurts others, but in a way that can't be shaken. Because the person who can endure without complaining, who feels everything and still stays disciplined, who can be hurt and still stay composed, that person is unforgettable. Not because they were the loudest, but because they walked through hell and no one even knew. Fourth truth, don't argue, win silently. They'll twist your words, they'll test your pride, try to drag you into their drama. Don't take the bait. To be irreplaceable is to be calm, no matter what. Your peace should be so important. You protect it even from people you once loved. Here's the truth. People are more drawn to mystery than explanation. The moment you start defending yourself, you shrink. Let them wonder why you're quiet. Let them replay your silence. Let them realize too late you weren't confused. You were just done. What they remember is how quietly you walked away, how you built a life they were never a part of. Not the one who waited, but the one who rose, alone, the one who turned pain into power, who returned calm, grounded, and untouchable, who didn't need to say a word because the change was obvious. That's the proof, not in what you said, but in who you became. The moment you stop asking if they'll come back and start becoming someone they'll never find again, that's when everything changes. They didn't just lose who you were, they lost who you were becoming, and they'll never get that back. When your silence becomes their emptiness, when every distraction feels hollow, they'll remember, but you won't need them to, because by then you'll be still, full, unshaken. That's stoicism. That's the mind of a warrior. Let it burn, then move without noise. Until then, keep moving. See you in the next video, and don't forget to subscribe.